Hey YouTube, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. If you're not 18, get a phone to your mama, to your auntie. I said like, share, subscribe. How your grandma doing? All right, y'all. So today we're going to continue our conversation on these toxic sex toys because somebody need to talk about it. I don't hear nobody talking about it. The toy lady going to talk about it, right? So we all know, like, I think it's a study that says 30% of everybody, like in the United States, has used a sex toy at least once, male and female. So there are a lot of people using toys. It's a billion-dollar industry, and we need to talk about the people who are out here possibly getting you sick with their cheap sex toys. Okay, this is why it's so important to really make sure that you do your due diligence before you spend your money on something that could possibly kill you. Y'all see what's going on with the young lady with the rose right now. Okay, so here are a couple of things that we need to discuss. First of all, I done said this, I don't know how many videos. The sex toy industry is not regulated. They don't have no FDA for the sex toys. You know, sex toys are not required to put the ingredients on the label like food that's sold in stores. So you never know what's being used in it, especially if you have allergies to latex or stuff like that. You really could be dealing with a counterfeit toy that could also be toxic because there's nobody policing this, nobody whatsoever. I don't understand why. Okay, another thing is most cheap toys, they contain phthalates, which are unfit for the human body. Phthalates are a chemical rubber softener. It's like a softener. So cheap toys use it to make them feel more realistic without having to spend so much money on medical grade silicone or pure 100% silicone or even body safe silicone. Okay, so they use these in other products that we use in our everyday life, but for it to be having that constant contact on your skin, especially if you're going to be using it a lot, it could really transfer all of those toxic materials. It will be absorbed through your skin, and now you can't figure out what's going on, but wasn't nothing wrong with you before you bought that dildo off of Amazon for $17. Staff wish. Okay, so phthalates are super harmful to humans because they're carcinogenic, which means that it can give you cancer. So using a counterfeit or a fake or an unsafe sex toy can and will give you cancer eventually. So this is why it's so important. I'm very sex positive, but I'm also the type of person who says know what's in your toys. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. That's why I do not mind spending money on luxury toys, because the luxury toy brands, they run their tests, they're body safe, they use all of the good components and everything like that, and they stand behind their products with a warranty. So if something does go wrong, you'll still be able to exchange that product and get something else. So that's the plus side of kind of saving up your money and splurging on a luxury toy. Now, I'm not saying all luxury toys are made out of luxury materials, but for the most part, most reputable companies, I know Lora DiCarlo for sure, do not deal in none of that fake stuff because they make all their stuff here in the United States, created by a woman. Yes. Okay, so phthalates are harmful. It's a carcinogenic. They'll give you cancer. Just remember, the next time you see that toy on Wish, do not buy the $15 toy a rose on Wish, because you may end up in 10 years with some sort of cancer because you wanted to save $20 on a sex toy that you could have waited 2 weeks on. Now, they also use other type of chemicals, solvents, PCV, BPA, jelly, rubber, all types of plasticizers. I guess it makes it more flexible without having to spend most money on the silicone. So another thing you could do is sniff your toy, smell on it. Toys that are made with phthalates stink. They stink. They almost remind you of like the new car smell, or rubber, like fresh rubber. So if you sniff onto your toy and it smells hella funny, you know, or it has a scent, because you can buy sex toys that are scented. But the thing that you need to be careful with, especially if you have allergies or very sensitive skin, because it's going in and out of you, there is going to be traces and residue. And so if you have that really sensitive skin, you could wake up the next morning with a rash. Everything could be swollen. You know, you yelling on the phone thinking that somebody done burnt you, and really it's that cheap ass sex toy off of Amazon. Okay. Yeah. So if the toy smells like a new car, like rubber, it's got some phthalates going on, don't risk it, sis. Don't risk it. Now I have heard people say, oh, just put a condom on it. Don't risk it, sis. Don't risk it. Okay. And like I said, if it smells like flowers, then that could be toxic too, because why would you want a scented sex toy? Just help me understand in the comment section why you would want a scented sex toy. Like, no. All right, so also make sure that it's made with body safe silicone. Like I said, you have body safe silicone, medical grade silicone, and 100% just straight up silicone. Those are the best toys, other than wooden toys, glass toys, and toys that are made out of metal or surgical steel. Please be careful. I know I have an allergy to nickel, so I can't wear anything that has nickel in it, including playing with sex toys that have nickel on them, whether it's on the trim or anything like that. So please be very careful with that, because the toys, the you know how they look, chrome and stuff like that, the handle and stuff like that, it could be made from that cheaper stuff, and you're going to have an allergic reaction. And like I said, if you have any sort of irritation, if you got a rash in between your legs that you didn't have before you got this toy, or if every time you use the toy it make you itch, it's, you know, the toy is making you warm up but it has no warming feature, you might have some sort of allergy to whatever materials they use to make the toy. So that's why it's important that you invest in your toys, you research, and you purchase from a reputable company who will stand behind their product. Most companies will give you the option to get a refund or whatever within your first year. I'm always sketchy of a company who don't offer warranties or anything like that. I don't like that, because things can go wrong. Things will go wrong, and I want to know that I won't have to reinvest into something that costs me so much money. Okay, so we've done talked about how you need to vet the person who's making it. But there are specific lines out here for body safe toys. Maybe I'll do a video letting you guys know where the best companies are to get your body safe toys from. If you're buying off Etsy, please don't forget to speak to the person who is going to be customizing your toy or making your toy, and letting them know all of the allergies that you have, that you possibly could have. Okay. And another thing I want to talk about right quick, lubricants. So if you have an allergy to like nuts, tree nuts, or stuff like that, be careful about the lubricants that you use, because some lubricants use coconut oil, which is a nut, and they use other products that are made from nuts that grow on trees and stuff like that. So if you have an allergic reaction to nuts or anything like that, please make sure to read carefully what's on the back of that lube that you bought, because it could cost you dearly if you don't. Again, remember, the number one reason why you do not want to use a sex toy with phthalates is because phthalates are carcinogenic, and that means that it can give you cancer if you use it if you're exposed to it for a prolonged amount of time. So if you don't take anything else from this video, just take that information with you and be on the lookout to see if it's phthalate free, because phthalates are carcinogenic, and a carcinogenic can cause you to have cancer, and you don't want to have cancer in the coochie over a $10 rose. Okay, I hope this helps somebody. I hope y'all have a good day. Remember, masturbation is meditation. Go play with yourself.